people who walk down the street tend to be the slow walkers. You know, those people who like walk so slow, but when you're in a hurry, you should move quicker so everybody can get them where they need to go and faster. Going to work right now. Yeah, work. Yeah, right. Just so tired right now. Don't want to be here. Plus, I got my lip extra jog lips still, which should be interesting for the moment while it's while it's happening. Today's only 4 hours, but I'm pretty sure this is gonna be a whole lot of work. Like yesterday, I had 54 boxes to. It's so annoying when you're trying to get to school or work and somebody is walking super slow in front of you and you try to get around the person but you can't because they're really walking slow. I mean, it just makes me angry a lot of the times because I've been late to class or to work because of these kind of people. If they're gonna be walking slow, they should be walking on a separate sidewalk, not the one that you're trying to get to place to place. I mean, this is really ridiculous. All the time. I mean, like, if people learn to walk a bit faster, things will be a lot more easier. It's not that hard. And let's not forget about our story of the day. Today's story of the day comes from a local friend of mine who is, let's say, not so much aggressive, but like kind of a bit more over the line when it comes to like having a bad temper. I mean, sometimes he can get really angry if you really push him off the edge and do something that really upsets him. But this story is pretty interesting. So he and my other friend were driving in a car, and he was fiddling around with his camera. His camera is like really long. He's one of those like long distance optical zoom lens cameras. It's worth a lot of money. It's like over $3,000, $4,000. Anyways, yeah, he was in the car. They were driving towards a restaurant, I believe, and one woman was passing by on the street, and while they were waiting for the red light to go, she was looking at him curiously. And my friend, who was a bad-tempered one, he doesn't like when people really like look at him for a long time because he gets pissed off. He's like, "What the hell are you looking at?" Even a lot of people might say that, but the woman was starting to stare at him, and he got pissed off at her and looked at her and gave her the middle finger right to her, and they just both laughed their heads off. I mean, like, what the heck is this? Like, why would you give someone a middle finger just because they were staring at me? Like, okay, I understand if they were staying for a long time, but the woman was just curious. She was wondering what he's doing fiddling around with his hands, because she didn't really see the camera in the car, because when the window, you can't really see what's underneath. So I think that the whole thing about giving a woman a middle finger just because she was curious about what you're doing, it just kind of over the line. The proper thing would have been to do just to roll down the window and say, "What? What the heck? Why are you looking at me for?" Instead of just going the extra mile, but giving her the middle finger. And let's not forget about the hottie of the day. That's also included in this video. Every episode will include the hottie of the day. Each girl is, I guess, more beautiful than the next one. But like I told you, some of the girls are Serbian, some of the girls are not. And Serbian girls are one of the most beautiful women ever. I mean, like, if you see them, they're like almost like models all the time. And I'm just amazed that like my kind of culture, these kind of women could exist. I mean, you read about it in the magazines, but they're actually like really real in Serbia. Well, also in other countries too. But like, you can actually date, like, an average guy can have a chance with like a regular girl who could come look like a model in Serbia. So that's all I have to say for today's episode. What's on my mind? But before I go, I just want to ask you guys this whole thing about people walking slower than they need to be, and you being late for a class or work or for a meeting or whatever. do you think that we should get people to start walking a lot faster, or invent something that doesn't make the sidewalks a lot faster? Like maybe, you know, a cool idea, if we have one of those, you know, those like runways, movable sidewalks that they have at the airport. If they had those on the regular sidewalks, people would be flying everywhere, but then people would be like too lazy to walk because they would just stand on the thing all the time. Yeah, so like I said, that's all for today, and